Hello my friend, thanks for coming and check this video. Today video I'm going to talking about some of the basic motion behavior that we need to learn about a little bit about them before we going for the next step. First we're gonna going for the open the title generator or open the motion, and we have a one thing here, right? Group one, and we're gonna going for the press the circle and press the shift key to have a really nice and good shape of the circle. And this is our circle, right? Now we're gonna go into the going for the properties and center it out by the clicking on the reset parameter on the position. As you can see here, I'm gonna put it on the press I to come in at the beginning of the timeline and going for the next step. Now we have a one circle in the middle, and we are gonna go in for the library, and we're gonna go in for the behavior, and we're gonna go in for the basic motion, right? We're talking about the align to before. If you didn't watch it, please watch it before. And we're gonna go in for the fade in and fade out. What's the fade in and fade out doing? When I click and drag it on here on the our circle, we have a one circle that is kind of is completely fade out, then going for the fade in. As you can see here on the 3-dimension and keyframe editor, you can see that on the here we have a very fade in and fade out for that one. At the end of that is kind of our whole the timeline. We're gonna go in for the inspector and select our circle. We're gonna go in for the behavior, and as you can see here, we can change the fade in time here and fade out time under this one. If you put it 30 frame, it's gonna be take a 30 frame to fade it out. If I put a for this one, if I put a 50 frame, it's take a 50 frame to be fade in. Right, as you can see here on the keyframe editor, you can see on this part, it's really easy, and you can see that like how many frames it's taken to be fade in and fade out. And if you want to play with the start offset, if you play the start offset, it's gonna be has a delay on the start, 16 frame delay on the start, and as you can see here, you know, the like a play with the end offset and a start offset to get a better result, right? That is for basic thing that is can with the fade in and fade out behavior. We're gonna go in for the library and grow and share. We're gonna drag it onto here to the our circle, and his on the basic thing is nothing happen on this one, right? Because we didn't any put a number in there. You know, this one is gonna be, if you want to scale it to, right? For example, in the 120%, right? This is kind of the really simple. It's gonna be hold the duration of the grow and shared. It's gonna be scale it up, right? As you can see here, we can do a lot of things with the keyframe editor, and we can do on the ramp to final. As you can see here, it's gonna be all the ramp is gonna be increase it, right? as you can see here, if you see the curve on this one and under this one is completely different, and this one is continuously grow, and it's gonna be put it on 120%. It's gonna be continuously pro. That is sort of the good for make it on the, for example, if you want to going for make it one like a masking, that is a really good shortcut for it. And if you can do this one, that is kind of the change our keyframe for the editing. As you can see here, when the when you change a curvature is gonna be change our keyframe in here too, right? And end offset, you can do the end offset too. When you play with the end offset, it's gonna be before the curve is finished, and if you put it on the 100%, you can 0 and 100%. Look at this part. What's the gonna be changed? The curve is completely changed. Motion behavior that we're going to talking about is motion path. When you drag it on the, we are on the motion behavior basic motion, we're gonna go in for the motion path. We're gonna drag it in this R circle. That is give us the one path to like our circle is being grow or move between those paths, right? We're gonna go in for the inspector. We're gonna go in for the choose our path shape. You can go into the close on here. As you can see, I change it to the one circle. As you can see, I just wanna go in for. And when you play, you can see the R circle is been going around the R circle. And the next one, I'm gonna go in for the behavior. I'm gonna go in for the put it on the circle. It's gonna be going around our circle. And as you know, if you wanna make it big, you wanna make it big, you can play with the number here to change it on the this one motion path. And as you can see here, this is include a lot of keyframe editor, and I'm not gonna go in for the through those one for now because this is gonna be really getting complicated for now. And going for the next one is gonna be rectangle. And if you can see here, it's gonna be going around our circle, moving around our rectangle. And you can change the size as well. If you want to make it bigger or smaller, you can play with the radius as well, the size of that one as well. And we have a wave as well. You want to like going for the wave shape is really important to know. And if you want to make it bigger or frequency is gonna be play with this one too. You know, a lot of we can make a lot of fun with those one too. As you can see here, like a heartbeat, and you can play with those one as well. It's gonna direction, reverse. It's very simple if you wanna like play with those one. The last one that I'm gonna talking about is geometry. That is geometry. They give us, as you can see here, when I apply it, is nothing happen on the our circle. We need to give a source to it. I'm gonna like with our Bezier, I'm gonna go in for the drag one here and make it here and I'm gonna put it here. And they're going for the shape and put it on the outline only. And we're gonna going for the circle and the behavior, and we're gonna drag our Bezier to the shape source. And when I apply to it, is as you can see here, when this one is happening, it's gonna be going around the our Bezier that we make it, right? And if you turn it off, it's not gonna show it as in the our motion on the Final Cut as well. That's really simple. It's really nice, and a lot you can get a lot of it out of it. And you can see forward if you're going for forward, and the reverse is gonna be going for the reverse as well. Now we're gonna going for the starting time. Just gonna go and extend our Bezier to the beginning. And as you can see here, the motion path starts from here. That is one thing that I'm gonna tell you. Motion path starts from here, but if you wanna start from here, well, I'm gonna choose our Bezier motion path, and just wanna choose our Bezier, and I'm gonna right click on it, this one, and going for the edit point, and I'm gonna right click on anywhere that you want and add a point, and right click on this one just a little bit messed up. Or maybe we can go into the edit point, and we can go in for the set a start point here. As you can see here, when the play our timeline, the start point is gonna be on here. That is very small tip that I'm gonna tell you. For the any other shape that you want to change a starting point, going for the edit point on here, and you can right click on there and choose edit point, add a point, and going for the set a start point. We're gonna talking about the move. We're gonna drag it into our circle. You can apply it on here as well, basic behavior and one shortcut here and the move, right? That is our when applying it, we're gonna going for the inspector, and you can put a position, how many what's our move is gonna be, and the strength, you can change it strength as well. That is kind of the a keyframe, but it's much more easier if you want more. We're gonna go for the more, change the position to here, right? It's for me it's pretty hard to do this one instead of the going for the keyframing. And you can do the direction as well from the 2 and reverse it for you, as I reckon it's a keyframe is more easier than this one, but you can do a lot of things out of it too. It's much more simple sometimes. I'll depend on you from 2 or constant, and change it a speed as well. You can going for the ease bold is gonna be making really nice for us on the direction. That is for the move, but for me is a keyframe is more easier for me to play with the move. We're gonna select our circle, going for the library, and we're gonna going for the point at. This point at, as you can see here on it, this one is gonna be point at another shape or another another thing that you need to point it at, right? by the default is not gonna work in on here. I'm gonna drag our point at here on our circle, and by the default, as I said to you, you need to point at something else, and it doesn't like do anything. We have to go in for the inspector and put source on the point at 2. We're gonna go in for the drag our one rectangle, and we're gonna go in for this one, and choose our point at, and drag our point at here too. I'm gonna go in for put it at the beginning of the timeline by the eye, and as you can see here, by the default, when you're going for the choose our point at, is gonna be on the axis of the Z position. If you're going for the Y, it's gonna be going for the Y position, right? And point X is gonna be going for the point X position, right? Because it's our circle doesn't like a pointed at like a X and Y is pretty much same. And you can put a speed as a both a constant, and is in or out, it depends on the situation that we are working. And the transition, we're gonna go in for the, as you can see here, we have a transition on here, like a kind of the you play with that one. It's very hard to me for to describe this one for you. And the transition is gonna be kind of the speed on the ramp, right? And that is the point. What we gonna get from out of it, right? I have one project. I'm gonna quick show you what's can I get from out of it. As you can see here, one Twitter thing is coming, and that is really on the point at. It really can get it on the really nice animation on the point at. As you can see here, when the a Twitter is coming as a out, the drag the a kind of the rectangle of the Twitter for this one. That is basic one, is really basic. That's we're gonna talking about. We're gonna go in for the library, and we're gonna go in for the spin. A spin is completely, I'm gonna drag it on the rectangle. It's more easier. As you can see here, nothing happened. I'm gonna turn off our circle because, and as you can see here, by the default, it doesn't affect anything, right? But we need to go in for the same as other. We're gonna go in for the inspector, and we need to put a spin rate and the axis, which one we want to do it. And we're gonna go in for the 180 degrees, and as you can see here, we're gonna go in for the really nice 180 degrees under this one too. We can play a lot with this one. And if you want to go in for the Y position, is gonna be like that. Keep in your mind, a spin is really powerful for me, right? It's not really difficult behavior, but keep in your mind, we have a really, and if you want to put it on the ramp to final, is gonna be hold the period of this one is gonna be 180. We have a 1/3. But if you put it on the continuously rate, it's gonna be have a kind of the those one too, as you can see here on the keyframe editor. You can see 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 times it's gonna be happen. And can play with the X, is gonna be going for the X position. As you can see here, we can do that with a keyframe, but really easy for us to use our behavior that is been provided on the motion. That is really nice. You can get a lot of things out of it. In the future, I'm going to show you how to use this one and give you some of the example. Make it this spin behavior is so powerful. We're going to go for the axis of the custom. And this is give us the two thing that is put it on the two different degrees, and I'll play with those one on the x and y and z. As you can see here, we have a really like a, I'm gonna put it on the ramp final to see what's happened. We have a two different axes on this one when they put it on the custom, right? One in the x and the one in the y, I reckon. Sometimes I'm thinking too much. And play with the x and y, z. And if you play with it like a 25 degrees, and it's completely like on the 25 degrees is going to be ramped. That is really powerful behavior. You can get a lot of out of it. I'm gonna talking about is throw. We're gonna going for the basic motion and the throw, or you can go into the library and they're going for the basic motion and the throw. Gonna drag it on our rectangle maybe. I'm gonna turn this one off. And as you can see here, when you apply the throw, it's gonna be affect all of our timeline. Gonna make it a little bit shorter and press the O for that one for to make it shorter. And when you go into this one, is nothing happening still too. We need to go in for the inspector and what sort of ramp to final or continuous rate. We're gonna go in for the throw the capacity, and as you can see here, when they apply and throw the capacity to a lot, it's gonna be thrown on here. If they put it on the out of our canvas, for example, I'm gonna put it on 25 degrees and I'm gonna drag it outside our canvas. Make sure that put it on the last one to see it was that. And when the like a throw is happen, it's gonna be thrown inside our canvas. If that added value to you, please smash the like button, subscribe to my channel. We're gonna go in for the details. It's really hard for the beginner when you use this one to learn at the advanced. I can't, until don't introduce this one to you, I can go in for the make a very complex project, and you need to know a little bit about the basic before we go into the advanced. And hope so that is added value to you. And don't forget to subscribe and like. And if you had any question, you can leave it in the comment for me, and I'm gonna answer it for it. Thank you so much, and see you next time, guys.